Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to all in Islam and Moral Education class. This is Hasan Yahya, lecturer, Department of Islamic Studies, Milestone College. Dear students, I'd like to request all of you to give your attention to Islam and Moral Education class. And I want to recite Durud Sharif as I read always. Everybody, you're instructed to follow with me. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Nabiyyi al-Ummiyi wa alihi wa sallim. Very good. My dear students, you know, because of coronavirus, we can't go to our general classroom, and that's why the authority of Milestone College and we are conducting online class. And each week, every week, you have two classes in the Islam and Moral Education class. That means IME or RSP class. And one class we are conducting YouTube video class, and another class is for you Zoom live class. And today it's your video class. And last class I gave you homework, and some students who submit your homework. And those students who submit your homework, thank you very much. And those you didn't submit your homework, you have to submit your homework, please. If you don't submit your homework, if you don't give attention to this subject, then it will be very problematic for you. You know. Next month, that means from July, 14th July, or maybe time will be changed, maybe just a little 1 day or 2 days or a little bit, it will be very little change. Your half yearly exam will be start, or your special online revision test will start. So it's very important to give attention. Okay, my dear students, today we will discuss on lesson 11, chapter 2, lesson 11. Everybody open your book, take your copy, take your pen. Today we will discuss on lesson 11, chapter 2, second source of Shariat, Sunnah, second source of Shariat, Sunnah. Today we will discuss on which chapter? Chapter 2, lesson 11. Everybody, lesson 11, second source of Shariat. Today our topic's name, Sunnah, second source of Shariat. Okay, my dear students, the second source of Shariat is the Sunnah. Sunnah means traditions or practice. In the Islamic terminology, the saying, deeds, practice, traditions, as well as conventions approved by the Holy Prophet Muhammad SAW are called the Sunnah. Sunnah is also called the Hadith. Sunnah are also called the Hadith. Sunnah is the commentary and explanation of Al-Quran. Sunnah is the explanation of Al-Quran. Allah is the Most High described many matters briefly in the mysteries of Al-Quran, and the Holy Prophet Muhammad SAW explained and analyze them in his Sunnah. Allah the Most High says in the Holy Quran, وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. Allah SWT said in the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Nahl, and we have revealed the Quran to you to explain to them mankind clearly what we have revealed to them. Surah Al-Nahl, ayat, verse number 44. This ayat has been taken from which surah? This ayat has been taken from Surah An-Nahl. Surah An-Nahl, verse number or ayat number 44. Verse number or ayat number 44. Everybody. وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. And we have revealed the Quran to you to explain to them, mankind, clearly that we have revealed to them. Surah An-Nahl, ayat 44. Everybody underline this verse. And if you get the question, then this ayat, which surah you will get, then you have to write, and your MCQ test will be held in next class. That means Tuesday, your next class, that class you have to attend the Google MCQ test. So that time, if you get any question, so you have to know the ayat number, you have to know the surah name. Have you got my point? Very good, my dear students. Okay, my dear students, now an example may clarify the matter. For instance, it has been said in Al-Quran, Aqimus Salah. Allah SWT said, Aqimus Salah. Allah SWT said, Aqimus Salah. Establish your Salah or prayer. Surah An-Nam, ayat 72. There are a lot of prayers Allah SWT said in this ayat, Aqimus Salah wa Zakat. But there is no clear instruction or clear concept how we have to perform Salah, when you have to perform Salah, how many rakats you have to perform Salat, and you have to pray Salat. But Allah said, Aqimus Salah. But in Hadith Sharif or in Sunnah, our Holy Prophet Muhammad clearly he described everything. when we have to perform salat, how we have to perform salat, which dua we can tell, we can decide everything. The rules and regulations, what just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us, mentioned in the Holy Quran, Aqimus Salah, you have to perform salat, establish your prayer. But in Hadith Sharif, our Holy Prophet Muhammad described everything. So basically Sunnah and Hadith are comparative to Al Quran. It has been introduced as the evidence of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا أَتَاكُمْ رَسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا وَمَا أَتَاكُمْ رَسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Sura Al Inshirah, verse number or ayat number 7, you accept that what the Rasul Sallallahu gives you and abstain from what he forbids. What our Holy Prophet Muhammad gave us, we have to accept that, and what Prophet forbids us, we should avoid those things, everything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, Surah Al Hashr, which Surah? Surah Al Hashr, verse number 7. وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. You accept that what the Rasul gives to you and abstain from what he forbids. Surah Al Hashr, ayat 7. Okay, my dear student, I told you earlier. Again, I am telling you, everybody underline this book, underline your book, underline, please take your copy. And it is very important for your exam and for your life also. So it is proved that Sunnah or Hadith is the evidence and source of Islam. Its place is next to Al Quran. After Al Quran, the position in Islam, the Hadith or Sunnah. Okay, my dear students, now we are going to discuss Hadith. Hadith means saying or message. Generally, the saying, messages, deeds, and silent consent of the Holy Prophet ﷺ are taken, understood as a Hadith. Hadith consists of two parts. How many parts? Two parts. One is Sanad, another is Matan. One is Sanad, another is Matan. One is Sanad, another is Matan. There are two parts of Hadith. Number one, Sanad. Number two, Matan. Number one, Sanad. Number two, Matan. There are two parts of Hadith. How many parts of Hadith? There are two parts of Hadith. One is Sanad, another is Matan. Okay, what is Sanad? What is Matan? The unbroken chain of the narrators is called Sanad. The unbroken chain of narrators is called Sanad. My dear students, suppose you hear there in front of house building, their accident happened, and you tell your father, and your father will tell his colleague, and then it will be viral. But first of all, who told you? You told that in our RST class, our teacher Hasan said that today at morning there is an occurrence, an accident happened in front of house building today at morning. But okay, who is the? This is the Sanad. So the Holy Prophet Muhammad said one thing, and who narrates this hadith? That's why Sanad is very important. If I tell they don't do that, Prophet said that, you should not do that. But Prophet said that. So that's why we need proof, we need sanad, we need the chain of narrators. That's why sanad is very important. These are the very grammatical rules of Hadith Sharif. So this is one of the difficult chapters. So I would like to request all of you to give your attention, otherwise you can't realize. Okay, my dear students. So the unbroken chain of narrators is called sanad. One who narrates a hadith is called a ravi or narrator. Those people, narrators, or describe a hadith. He is ravi or narrator. Ravi or narrator. Who narrates hadith? He is narrator or ravi. That means, there are a lot of hadiths described by Hazrat Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So if you heard any hadith, then we can say, or you can say, who is ravi of this hadith? Who is narrator of this hadith? Or who is narrator of this incident? Who is narrator of this story? And who is narrator of our class? Who is taking our class? Hasan is taking our class. So Hasan is the ravi of this story. If you describe any statement, then you are the ravi of that statement. So those people, they narrate an hadith or describe hadith, he is according to Islamic Shariat, he is called ravi. In the narration of a hadith is succeed mentioned in the pointing of the names of their narrators is arranged manner is called sanad. And the main content of part theme message of called matan. The main theme of hadith, that is matan. Main message, that means an Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu call. An Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, it is said that Hazrat Abu Hurairah narrated that these things is sanad. And suppose as-salatu miftahul jannah. I don't know who is Ravi of this hadith, but as-salatu miftahul jannah. This is the matan. The main message, main theme is matan, and the narrators, the chain of narrators is sanad, and main theme is matan. Have you got my point? Main theme, main message, main body of hadith is matan, and narrators, the chain of narrators is sanad. And in the hadith, both sanad and matan are very important. Okay, how many things we have realized? Hadith means acts, deeds, sayings, silently approved. Sanad and matan. What is sanad? Sanad, the unbroken chain of narrators, that is sanad. And matan, the main theme of hadith, that is matan. Main body of hadith, that is matan. Sanad, matan. And rawi. What is rawi? Who narrates an hadith? Who describes any hadith? That is, he is rawi. Okay? I think you got my point. If you have any problem, then you have to watch again this video. Then I think you have no problem. Further you have any problem, you can tell me, no problem. Okay, my dear students, then categories. Depending on the way of manners of presentation by the Holy Prophet Islam, matan or main message, hadith, plural of hadith, are mainly divided into three groups. According to matan, that means according to the main theme of any hadith is three. How many categories of hadith? There are three kinds of hadith. Number one, qawli hadith, faili hadith, takriri hadith. Qawli, faili, takriri. You can see in screen. Qawli, faili, takriri. Qawli, faili, takriri. There are according to matan. How many kinds of hadith? Three kinds of hadith. According to matan. Qawli, faili, takriri. Qawli means speech, talk. And the hadith orally presented by Rasulullah are called hadith al-qawli. Those hadiths presented by our Holy Prophet orally presented. Rasulullah said that. Ana khatamun nabiyyin. Rasulullah said that by orally. That is hadith al-qawli. That is a qawli hadith. That is, who is hadith? Qawli hadith. And fail means word, verb, action. Fail means related to deeds or act or action. The hadith which describe or presents an action or deed of the Holy Prophet is called hadith faili or hadith deed. Hadith faili, that means what Prophet did that. And hadith qawli, what Prophet told that. And hadith takriri. According to matan, there are three kinds of hadith. Already we completed two. Hadith qawli and hadith faili. Now hadith faili. Hadith takriri. Takriri means that what indicates silent consent, silently approved. Those saying and acts or others which receive the approval of a Prophet Muhammad of the takriri hadith. In other words, the companions majmain of Prophet said something or did a certain thing in this presence, but he did not do it himself and he did not oppose it either. Rather, he gave his consent or approved it by remaining silent. This type of hadith concerning such situation or description of event called takriri or consent based hadith. Suppose in classroom you do something, you disturb some other students, but if your teacher don't do anything, don't take any action, that means teachers allow you to do disturb. So that's the same thing. If you go outside, if you call your captain to your class, if your teacher will not say anything, then he will approve this, no problem. So that's why in front of Prophet Muhammad, if any person, if any people in a companion, and especially the Sahabi, they do anything what Prophet did, he didn't do earlier, and they told anything what Prophet didn't tell earlier, but Prophet will not oppose them. Prophet will not tell, hey, don't do that, and Prophet will not, hey, you do that. Just silently approve. That is takriri hadith. Okay, there are three kinds of hadith: qawli, faili, takriri. Qawli, faili, takriri. Qawli means what Prophet did that. Fail hadith, qawli, that means what Prophet orally presented, orally told that, that is qawli. And faili, what Prophet did that, that is faili hadith. And takriri hadith, what Prophet Muhammad silently approved the acts or deeds or saying or some other activities of Sahabi or companions, that is takriri hadith. Okay, my dear students, now we have completed the three categories of hadith according to matan. According to matan, there are three categories of hadith. Okay, my dear students, now we will discuss on according to sanad. There are three kinds of hadith. Now we have completed the according to matan. According to matan, the main theme of hadith, the main message of hadith, that is three kinds of hadith. And now we will discuss on three kinds of hadith. That is, what can I say? According to sanad, according to narrators, according to chain of narrators. That is three kinds: marfu, mawquf, maktu. Marfu, mawquf, maktu. Okay, what is marfu hadith? The hadith of who is the sanad or chain of narrator reached up to Rasulullah is called marfu hadith. That means if I say an hadith, this hadith I heard from my teacher. He heard from any Islamic scholar. Then he heard from any other scholar. Then he heard from tabi'i, or he heard from any other sahabi. Then he heard from Prophet Muhammad. That means sanad reached to up to Prophet Muhammad. That is marfu hadith. The chain, the sanad of this hadith reached up to Prophet Muhammad. That is marfu hadith. With hadith, his sanad reached up to Prophet Muhammad. This hadith marfu hadith. And mawquf hadith, who is hadith sanad reached up to any sahabi, not Prophet Muhammad. The sanad reached up to sahabi. That hadith is mawquf hadith. That hadith is mawquf hadith. You can say the B number. The hadith of who is the sanad reached up to the sahabi, but not up to the Prophet Muhammad is called the mawquf hadith. It's called the mawquf hadith. And the last maktu hadith, the hadith of who is the sanad reached up to the tabi is called the maktu hadith. In other words, the hadith of who is saying or did or silent approved of tabi has been narrated is called maktu hadith. Okay, my dear students, these are according to sanad. There are three kinds of hadith: marfu, mawquf, maktu. Marfu, mawquf, and maktu hadith. And if I say any question, if I ask you a question, can you tell me the answer? What is tabi? Who is tabi? Who can tell me? Is there anyone in your class? Those who are watching this class, can you tell me who is tabi? Several times I asked this question to my students in the classroom, but just 1% student they give me answer. 99% students they fail to give me answer. So that's why this question is very important. Next class I will you give me answer, or you can write what is tabi. You can write in comment. You are watching this class in YouTube channel, my YouTube channel Hasan Yahya. So you will get every videos of your all IME classes. You will find there in description box. You will get there. So write your answer. What is tabi and who is tabi, and what do you understand about tabi, and what do you know about tabi or tabi, anything. Okay, my dear students. And there are many other types of hadith in Shariat. We shall know about them later. Another important category of hadith is there. It is known as hadith Qudsi. Hadith Qudsi. Hadith Qudsi means sacred. Such type of hadith is directly related by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to his beloved Prophet Sallallahu. In the Islamic terminology, the hadith in which the word of language of Rasulullah himself, but its meaning, content and spirit have been received directly from Allah by way of ilham or dream is called hadith Qudsi. That means the language, the expression of the language of hadith is Prophet Muhammad, but its content or direction or meaning, everything from Almighty Allah by ilham or dream to Prophet Muhammad. That is hadith Qudsi. That is hadith Qudsi. Okay, my dear students, already maybe 18 or 19 minutes gone, and this chapter is a little bit huge. That's why we have to take time. And we completed few things. Number one, second source of Shariat. What is hadith? How many kinds of hadith? Hadith qawli hadith, fi'li hadith, takriri hadith. Then, according to Sanad, there are three kinds of hadith: marfu hadith, mawquf hadith, and maqtu hadith. Then we discussed what is hadith qudsi, the language of hadith, but direction from Almighty Allah. That is hadith qudsi. That is hadith qudsi. Okay, my dear students, I think you have got my point. You understood. Now we will discuss on preservation and compilation of hadith. Preservation and compilation of hadith. Preservation and compilation of hadith. The saying, deeds and that say approved the Rasul are generally called hadith. So hadith emails from Rasul, it was prohibited to write down in the lifetime of Rasul. You know, when during the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad, that time totally writing hadith, it totally prohibited. Why? Because Al-Quran was still in the process of revelation. In such situation, there could be possibility of its mixture with the Al-Quran, with the ayats of Al-Quran. For this reason, during the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad, hadith was not extensively recorded for preservation. But you know, during our Holy Prophet Muhammad, the Sahabi, the Arabian people, their memory are very sharp. They could remember anything. They could not forget anything. So, however, the Sahabi used to memorize his saying. They noticed when and what acts Islam performed and what words. First, though he lives, the Arab possess extraordinary memory. They would never forget what the auns memorized. They would never forget what the auns memorized. As a result, each and every saying of the Holy Prophet was preserved and the memory of his companions Rasulullah himself encouraged them to memorize hadith. He said, Rasulullah said in the hadith Sharif, everybody underline this hadith: Allah will brighten the life of that man who memorized my words as he heard them, preserve them accurately and convey it to such a person who could not hear it. That means if any person, Allah will brighten his life or everything who reach my hadith to another people. This hadith has been taken from Tabrani. This hadith has been taken from where? This hadith has been taken from Tabrani Sharif. My dear students, everybody, this hadith has been taken from which book? This hadith has been taken from Tabrani Sharif. The Sahabi used to listen to the words of the Rasul, commit it to memory and convey them to its members of their families, friends and relations. Thus, preservation of hadith began in the Rasul's lifetime. My dear students, you know, beside a good number of hadith was preserved in writing too. Many Sahabi would write down hadith through personal initiative with Rasul's permission. In this Sahifa, he had Hazrat, if I tell one name, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Amr ibn As may be mentioned in the Sahifa. He had written down a good number of hadith. Beside these, the customs, trains and agreements, sanats, etc. were preserved in writing. The name of that book is Sahifa Sadiqa. Sahifa Sadiqa. Everybody underline. Everybody. This is very important information. All words. There are a lot of information. There are a lot of MCQ available in this chapter, in this lesson. So you are instructed to please give your attention. The name of the Umayyad Khalifa, Hazrat Umar ibn Abdul Aziz is particularly mentionable to domain the hadith compilation. It was he who first took initiative of collection and the compilation of hadith. Fresh speech was added to process collection and compilation of hadith due to his encouragement and patronize. In the line of Imam Malik was the first who compiled authentic hadith. This book is known by the name Al-Muwatta. Al-Muwatta is the first authentic book. Time is not here available, so please. The Al-Muwatta is the first authentic book about hadith. The 3rd Hijri century was the golden era of Hijri compilation. Everybody underline this information. Everybody. The 3rd Hijri century was the golden era of hadith compilation. The 6 most authentic books or hadith were compiled at this time. The name of Sihah Sitta, Sihah Sitta, that means 6 authentic books. 6 authentic books of hadith sharif. Number 1, Sahih Bukhari, Imam Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Ismail Bukhari radiyallahu. Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunan Nasai, Sunan Abu Dawud, Jami Tirmidhi, Sunan Ibn Majah. You can't pronounce the name of there because it's written in English, but it's pronounced in Arabic. Okay, Sahih Bukhari, Imam Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Ismail Bukhari radiyallahu. Sahih Muslim, Imam Abu Hasan Muslim ibn Haq al-Qashiri radiyallahu. Sunan Nasai, Imam Abu Abdul Rahman ibn Shuaib al-Nasai, Sunan Abu Dawud, Imam Abu Dawud Salam ibn Ash radiyallahu. The Jami Tirmidhi, Imam Abu Isa ibn Isa al-Tirmidhi, the Sunan ibn Majah, Imam Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Yazid ibn Abdullah ibn Majah radiyallahu. Importance and usefulness of hadith. You know, my dear students, I told you earlier that what Allah SWT said in the Holy Quran, the explanation and everything is al-hadith. Allah SWT, Prophet Muhammad said. Allah SWT said in the Holy Quran, Surah An-Nazm at 3:4, وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. And he does not say anything from his own instance, it is word that he received to him. That means Prophet Muhammad didn't tell anything from his own, or everything, his direction from Almighty Allah. What Allah wants to say, directly indicate, Prophet Muhammad said that. In another ayat, you say, he be obedient to Allah and Rasul, if they turn their face and no, Allah does not like the kafir. Surah Al Imran, ayat 32. And the next ayat, Prophet Muhammad said, Allah the Most High says, and we have revealed to you Al-Quran to make man understand clearly that what has been sent to you. Surah An-Nahl, ayat 44. And then the same thing, what Prophet gave you, you take, and what Prophet forbids you, avoid. The last verse, Prophet Muhammad said, لَوْ تَرَكْتُ فِيكُمْ أَمْرَيْنِ لَنْ تَضِلُّوا مَا تَمَسَّكْتُمْ بِهِمَا كِتَابَ اللَّهِ وَسُنَّةَ رَسُولِهِ. Prophet said that I have behind for you 2 things, as long as you hold first to them, you will not go astray. One is Kitabullah Quran and the other is the Sunnah of his Rasul. Muwatta. This hadith has been taken from Muwatta. Okay, my dear students, there are a lot of information available, that's why a little bit I am hurry. Okay, everybody read this chapter again. If you have any problem, you can watch this video again. Then I think you will face a lot of problem. You will not face any problem. Okay, thank you so much, my dear students. Everybody, please give your attention to my class. Everybody, give your attention to Islamic class. Everybody, give attention to your all subject class. And next class, our live class will be held, and your MCQ test also will be held. So next month, our half yearly exam will be start. So please be careful, and everybody, and take preparation. And may Allah bless us all. Please keep me in your prayer. Pray for your teachers, your authority, Milestone College. Pray for our respected advisors or principal sirs, for your teachers, everything. Pray for whole Muslim Ummah. Thank you so much. Please, everybody give your attention to study. Thank you so much. No more today. May Allah bless us. May Allah protect us from coronavirus. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.